talk a little travel tonight. Sorry about that shake there. Yeah, so Teen and I and the kids just recently got back a couple weeks ago from a big trip. We went from Dallas Fort Worth area over to California. We flew on Southwest Airlines. As we always have a good experience with them, and this was exactly the same. We loved our experience, but flew in and landed in Los Angeles International Airport, took a shuttle from there down to Anaheim, where we stayed 3 days in Anaheim, checking out Disneyland, DCA, and downtown Disney. So I just want to talk a little bit about our experience tonight. We've got several of our vlogs already out on our channel here. If you love all things travel, then perhaps our content might be something that you enjoy. But just want to talk a little bit about our experience right there. So to start off with, we landed in LAX and headed to Anaheim, and we arrived at our Fairfield Inn hotel at like 10 o'clock in the morning, which our check-in time was not till 4 o'clock. But we went and asked them, say, hey, we're super early, thought we could just drop our bags off. They said, no worries, it's quiet. We actually have a room already ready for you. So we were ready to go get checked in and taken up to our room, take our bags and all that stuff. And so that was a great start to the trip. And that just reminds me that don't be afraid to ask. The worst that they could say is, no, we're not ready for you, but always go up early if you can. Hey, we've arrived early. If they say yes, then yes, then no, no, that's cool. But we were able to go ahead and get checked in like at 10 o'clock in the morning when we were only supposed to get checked in like 3 or 4. That allowed us to go drop off our bags and then head over to downtown Disney, which we had a reservation for Goofy's Kitchen for about 1:30. We did a little bit of looking around, but we were heading over there. We were going to try the same thing and ask. It wasn't busy. It's January. And so we headed over to Goofy's Kitchen, which we had that reservation, and went in there and they said, yeah, absolutely. We can go ahead and get you seated. So we did that, and that whole experience, we have a full review of our Goofy's Kitchen, which you can check that out over on our channel here. But the thing is, the overall experience was fun. There was 5 characters that we saw, and Goofy, Pluto, Minnie, Donald, or not Donald, but Chip and Dale. Missy Rounds, hey, how are you? Thanks for joining us tonight. Again, just talking travel. I'm so glad you jumped on there. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Talking about our experience recently at Disneyland, Disney's California Adventure, and then we had our reservation at Goofy's Kitchen. Overall, the experience was really, really good. But the problem is, and we try to keep things positive on our YouTube channel, 99.9% of it is, but for the 5 of us, my kids don't eat a whole lot, and it's a buffet. But for 5 of us, it cost us $265. $265 for my 3 kids. Hey, Sandra, Carter, how are you? Thanks for joining us tonight. We're just talking Disney. We're just talking about travel and our recent experience out there. Hello, Panda Gamer. Thank you for joining us. We're just talking, again, travel. And so Goofy's Kitchen was a fun experience. I will say the food was not up to par. Disney always does a good job, especially when the food and treats and stuff like that, but it was a swing and a miss. It was kind of like a buffet that you would find at a motel or hotel. Good, Chandra, good. I'm glad you are doing okay. What do I do for work? I work with youth. I work with youth and help them out daily, weekly, just checking on them, making sure they're going through life and doing really well. And so, yeah, that's what I do for a living. But we like to make travel-friendly content, family-friendly content for families, and try to help people and answer questions if we can. And so, yeah, we're just talking travel tonight. Maria Stringer, hey, how are you? Thank you for joining us tonight. So the buffet was a swing and a miss. The characters, I feel like for a character meet and greet, it would have been better if more characters would have been there. But also $265 for a really basic kind of buffet. It was a little steep. If you have the money, by all means, but if you're strapped for cash, I would probably pass that. But we had gracious family members that wanted us to experience that, and so they actually paid for it, and that we were able to make content to share with you and kind of give you an idea of what that. Hey, you need to leave your state. There's a lot of things out there to explore, TCB. Go check things out. Jamin, I don't know if you were telling me to shut up or not. I mean, I guess I'm going to keep talking since it's our channel, but we're having a lot of fun. So again, back to Goofy's Kitchen. It was okay. Maybe one-time experience, but still a pretty steep experience. The next day that we had was at Disneyland. We went from rope drop all the way to closing at 10 o'clock. Our 3 kids, starting at age 10, down to 8, and down to 5 was the first time that we didn't have a stroller. And so, yeah, that was cool. We went on over 20 rides. Our whole vlog series is out there, so you can check our experience out at Disneyland. Look behind you. Oh, no, I know my dog's back there. So if anybody's behind there, she will let me know. Or you're kind of creeping me out a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. And so we got to experience the Bippity Boppity Boutique. Everly got to experience that, which was a lot of fun. And then we got to go to Olga's Cantina that night for some non-alcoholic beverages with the family, which was a cool experience. We had a lot of fun with that. We were big Star Wars fans. And then we got to, again, go over 20 rides over that whole time, which was a lot with no, turn your head. I can't. I got it. I got it. Thank you, Zachary Savior. I appreciate it. So Disneyland was a phenomenal experience. We had a long time on there. And then also the next day, the following day, we were at DCA, Disney's California Adventure. We were a little late getting in there because we had such a long day at Disneyland, but got to go on all the rides that we wanted to experience. That was a lot of fun. Got to try some snacks, which was interesting because it was first day of Lunar New Year. Lunar New Year, and we got to try some coffees, we got to try some Mickey treats, and all the kids got to go experience our time on there, which was really, really cool. We had not done some other rides, so we were able to do it this time. Then we started our halfway across America trip. Do you agree that women shouldn't be allowed to drive? No, actually, my wife is a phenomenal driver. So I think it's good to drive her. And my mom, I think if she could have been a race car driver. She's really good, and she drives pretty fast. So yeah, women can drive, absolutely. They're great. They're great. Jonathan is asking the real questions. If you have travel questions, I'd love to try to answer them for you if I can. But we went from Anaheim, California, 5 days across the United States to Dallas, Texas, where we call home. And we got to experience Joshua Tree National Park, which was really cool. Came across the coyote, which was a little intense. But got to explore Joshua Tree National Park, where there's boulders and all these things that were really cool. Hiking, the weather was good. There wasn't a whole lot of people. I got to see a rock that looked like a heart. Just a really cool experience. And then from there, we went over to Sedona, Arizona. Just reading your comments real quick. Okay, I mean, that's totally up to you. You have that right to think that. Mayat, welcome to the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. We're just talking travel. Sedona, we were in Sedona for like 10 hours, and that was it. We slept most of that, but would love to go back and experience Sedona a little bit better. We went from there up to Grand Canyon National Park and got to experience that. I'd been there. Grand Canyon is a bucket list to check that out. Pictures and videos don't do it justice. It was freezing. Toasty, hello, welcome. Grand Canyon was cool. It was actually really cold. It was like 20 degrees and that wind was blowing. Welcome. I'm glad you're new. I just dropped some toys off of there. Yeah, we just talk and travel. We love travel. Check out our content. We have travel related with like Disney. We have Universal. We have flying. Thank you so much for subbing. I appreciate that. Really do. We just did a 10 vlog series in New Zealand. If you like Lord of the Rings, we did some Lord of the Rings content down there as well. Yeah, Maya, thank you so much for being a sub. I appreciate that. And so back to our national parks, we got to experience Grand Canyon, which is a must if you ever get the opportunity and chance to do that. And then from that, the next day, we went over to Page, Arizona, went to Horseshoe Bend, which is a really cool little hike, maybe 10 minutes from the parking lot. But the view from there is really, really cool. We love that. And then we also had a tour of, we may have to, if we grow, I will let you know, Toasty. If we grow, we may have to do that. Zachary, he's a character. But and then we went to Canyon X, which is just outside of Page, Arizona. Got to eat like our first Navajo taco, which was really, really cool. Got to meet some incredible native people. Yeah, so that whole experience, if you ever get to or want to check out canyons, Canyon X is phenomenal just outside of Page, Arizona. From there, we went to Monument Valley, got to experience Monument Valley, and then we stayed in Bluff, Utah. And then the following day after that, we got to go over to Four Corners, where Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico meet, and you can stand in 4 states at the same time. So yeah, I got to experience that, and then drove from there the following day all the way down to Albuquerque, New Mexico, over to Amarillo, and had steaks and hung out at Cadillac Ranch. So yeah, that was a 5-day trip, which we're going to be releasing those vlogs here in the near future. And we've already released the Disney vlogs over right here on our YouTube channel. But we'll be releasing in the next couple of weeks our 5-day travel halfway across the United States with the kids and checking out some national parks. So make sure you check those out, like it, comment, share it. Also, was excited to hear Universal news right here in Dallas area, Frisco. Universal announced today that they are going to be opening the Universal Kids Resort summer 2026, which is next year. And they also announced 6 themed lands that they're going to be displaying and putting in this park. It is going to be a park that is kind of focused on smaller children, but you're going to have a lot of meet and greets. Have I played football? Yes, I have played football, and I've also played rugby before. And so played a lot of sports when I was younger. Not so much anymore. But yeah, Universal announced it. So they're going to be having these 6 themed lands and then some other experiences. But Shrek, which we're going to be excited about, Minions, Trolls, Jurassic, which our kids are huge Jurassic Park fans, Jurassic World fans, dinosaurs, you name it. They are excited about that. Yeah, so there's going to be different lands that they're going to be displaying and experiences, character meet and greets. And it's going to be in our backyard, so I'm pumped about that. We can't go to Universal in LA. We can't go to Universal all the time over in Orlando, but we can go to this park often, and we plan on doing that once it opens next year. We just drove by it a couple days ago, and they've got the hotel going up and the main entrance already going up, and the parking lot looks great. And so we'll see in the next year, they'll get that all put together. But we're Universal fans. The only disappointing thing is they're not going to have anything Harry Potter themed, I don't think. They may have some merch and stuff like that. Perhaps it was just they're really focusing on the young people. And so, yeah, but I would love if they had butterbeer as an option there. So they may still have that. I don't know, but I would love for that. So we're excited about that. Also, we've got some new vlogs coming up that we're going to be sharing. Some tours when we were over in Fiji. Naviti Resort is a resort we stayed in about 48 hours. And so we're going to kind of do an in-depth look of that. and then our experience there. Go ahead and see how old I am. I'll be interesting to see what you come up with on this one. We'll see how close you get, or you might get it. I don't know. We'll wait. Ooh, close. Actually, not really close. I'm north of that. Okay, north of that. I was 34 at one time, but it's been a little while. So we went to an Asian market, even north of 38. Nope, not south of 38, north of 38. But we went to an Asian market the other day, and we got some snacks that we're going to be doing taste testing on our vlog with the kids. And so we're excited about that. If you haven't checked out, we have several of that. We've done Christmas treats on our vlogs. And we have done best chocolate in New Zealand, which was really, really good. So you can go check out that vlog. 41 close. I will be 41 soon, but I am 40. Yes, I am 40. Yep. All the gray is coming out. You can see that. But so I didn't know my age would be the focus of this tonight, but hey, it is what it is. But we wanted to come on tonight and just, again, just talk a little bit of travel. So thank you for hanging out with us. But if you have any ideas of what we can do for vlogs, travel content related, that's what we were producing. We do foods from around the world, stuff like that. But what are some ideas that you think we should do and what we should do next? Thinking about 40. I'm 40. 40. We are planning on at some point in the summer heading down to Epic Universe, which would be a lot of fun. That is going to have Super Nintendo World, the new Harry Potter world, the Dark Universe, which has all the classic monsters, and How to Train a Dragon. We just watched the vlog not the vlog series, but we watched the movies, which was a lot of fun going back and watching that. So we're looking forward to experience that. Plus a new theme park, which is something that we always enjoy, and creating new content and meeting people who enjoy new content. So yeah. Go to the abandoned house. Which abandoned house should we go to? A abandoned house or the abandoned house? Where should we go? I'm not big into the creepy stuff, so I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe around Halloween we could do something. I don't know. I know that content does really well though. And then also a abandoned house. I mean, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was in Texas. That's a little ways south of us though, but we used to live close to it, where they kind of came up with that whole story. But yeah, that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Not sure how our followers or subscribers would enjoy that. Perhaps they would. Maybe that video would do well. Also, another vlog series that's going really well for us is the water park down in Round Rock. Kalahari Resort. If you've ever wanted to go to an indoor water park, this is the largest indoor water park in the United States. We got to experience that back in May, and that's been a hit. People have been searching that. We had a lot of fun with that resort, and we would go back. And so yeah, we had a lot of fun. A lot of views. Okay, well, duly noted. I'll write it down, and you may see it on our channel at some point. Okay, so. Well, I'm going to call it quits tonight, but we're going to do some vlogging, editing tomorrow, put some vlogs or a vlog out tomorrow, and we want to share that with y'all. So thanks for following along and watching tonight. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Bye.